Finally, Link has come back to his channel.
Hey guys, we're back again. It's been a little while since we did a top 10. I was thinking, what top 10 shall I do? The most requested top 10, it's been come up in a few different videos, is my top 10 Pokemon. Yeah, you got Squirtle and Charmander going at it. So, here it is. Link's top 10 favourite Pokemon. Just quickly, no legendaries in this. They're going to get their own video. So this is my top 10 non-legendary, non-mythical Pokemon. Here we go. And number 10 is this little guy, Pikachu. This teddy is my original one that I had when I was like 5-6 years old. Pikachu is like the embodiment of the franchise. He's the mascot. Had to be on the list somewhere. I was tempted to put him up higher, but it's difficult as well because there's so many different versions of Pikachu. You got Ash's Pikachu, which has got a different personality to Sparky. Then you got Sparky's got a different personality to Detective Pikachu. I love Pikachu. He's the embodiment of the franchise, so he had to be on the list somewhere. So he is number 10. 9 is Psyduck. There's not going to be good impressions on everyone, don't worry. I love Psyduck. Psyduck's funny. Psyduck goes around and he's just like walking about. He's on my top as well. He's just walking around and he's like, Psy, and he just does stupid stuff, and I love that. That's part of what the franchise is about. It's not just about all these hardcore battles. It's about fun and having a laugh. Another reason I like Psyduck so much is obviously my older brother is bandproof, which is probably why a lot of you are watching this video, because your friends are bandproof or you subscribe to bandproof. I like how much of a thing Psyduck has been on the channel, like being his mascot and stuff. So that's another reason why I like Psyduck, you know, because of my older brother. There's some some extra love for Psyduck in there. So yeah, Psyduck's in at number 9. Number 8 is Babasa. Really hurts my throat trying to do the Bulbasaur impression, and it's still a bad impression. I love Bulbasaur. He's just cool. You get the Vine Whip. He's got the little bulb on his back. He's just a cool little guy. He's got a cool little personality. I love Bulbasaur. There's not really much else to say. Just it's a cool design. It's one of those timeless ones that looks right no matter which generation of Pokemon you put Bulbasaur in. He still looks like he fits. So yeah, just for being solid in every department, number 8, Bulbasaur. 7 is Butterfree. Can't do the little Butterfree impression. I can't do that at all, so I'm not really going to attempt it. I just did though. I love Butterfree. One of the reasons Butterfree's on this is because it was a cool Pokemon for Ash to have. It was one of the first Pokemon he caught when it was a little Cappy. It's a Pokemon that I do tend to use in the games because, especially in the older games when you needed to like paralyze and put stuff to sleep to help catch it. Love Butterfree for that. As well, in the anime, Butterfree, I think, is part of the most emotional storyline. When, you know, Butterfree goes and gets a girlfriend and he's got his little neck scarf on, they look all cute, and he decides to leave Ash and Ash lets him go. I think that's the most emotional bit for me of the whole. I'm getting emotional thinking about it. It's like the most emotional bit of the anime, so that is why Butterfree makes the list at number 7. 6 is another Pokemon I've got tattooed. It is Ganga. I love Ganga. The way he like fades in, fades out. The way he's like a comedy Pokemon as well. He's like hardcore, but he's also funny. It's got good stats in terms of the games. Its Mega Evolution is good to actually use because it's got a ridiculous special attack stat. Ghost Poison is such a cool 2 types to put together. There's nothing bad you can say about Ganga. There's literally, I cannot think of one thing about Ganga I don't like. It's a Pokemon I always tend to use in the games. It's tattooed on me. Any Pokemon I got tattooed on me I like a little bit, obviously. So yeah, number 6 is Ganga. 5 is one for the new school. It's Aegislash. I love Aegislash because of the tactical element of it. It's got moves which switch it from attack form to defense form, and when it's in attack form it is like a lethal killer, and when it's in defense form it's just like a wall. I love that element that its forms changing throughout a battle added to the game. There was a lot of new tactical developments in the competitive battling scene because of Aegislash's stats and its moveset. So in my opinion, Aegislash has to be on the list somewhere. It's in at number 5 because it's probably one of the ones I'd use the most. If I was competitive battling this week, if I was going to have a battle with someone, Aegislash would 100% be in my party because it's how diverse it is and because it gives you options, which makes it unpredictable. So yeah, Aegislash, number 5. 4 is Hawlucha. Can't do the impression. It's something like Hawlucha, something like that, but it's bad again. Anyway, Hawlucha. Everyone knows I love wrestling. That's not a secret. It's basically wrestling cross Pokemon. What else do I need? It's like the Rey Mysterio of Pokemon. Flying type, it's got quick stats, it's got cool abilities like Unburden. Love that. It's one of my favourite Pokemon ever. So yeah, Hawlucha's number 4 just because of how cool it is. And it's 100% something I would always put in my party. In at Moltres, see what I did there? Number 3 is Gollum. Now that's probably for a lot of people a random choice. There's a few reasons why Gollum's in here. It's not really... I love the design anyway. There's 3 reasons that I have such like an attachment to Gollum. My first ever Pokemon card was a Brock's Geodude that my older brother gave me. It was Brock's Geodude. That was my first ever Pokemon card as a tiny kid. We're talking like 4, 5 years old. Probably maybe even less. First ever card, I remember getting it, was Brock's Geodude. I used to take it everywhere with me. I only had one card for like a good few weeks before I like managed to persuade my parents to give me a pack. So I had this one Pokemon card and I used to take it everywhere and be like, oh, I've got Pokemon cards. Kind of. But yeah, so that was the first ever Pokemon card I had. My first ever shiny in a Pokemon game was a shiny Geodude in Pokemon Ruby. So because Geodude was my first ever shiny and then I evolved it to a Gollum, it was also my first ever Pokemon to level 100 because it was used so much because it was my only shiny. I was like, yeah, use that, using it for everything. So yeah, because he was my first shiny in Pokemon Ruby, my first ever shiny in the games, I absolutely loved Gollum for that reason. It gave me like a real emotional attachment to it. And then more recently, he sort of resurfaced again. When I hit 100 subscribers, about 15 minutes later, I caught another shiny Geodude. It was the Alolan one this time. So I instantly evolved at the Gollum and made it my buddy and called it Link G 100 subs as my little celebration of 100 YouTube subs. But yeah, for some reason, Gollum and Geodude just keep coming at me with emotional stuff. So that's why he's number 3 at the list. At Zapdos, see what he did there again. At number 2, we've got Heracross. Sometimes I will tell you that Heracross is my favourite Pokemon. It's the top 2 are really interchangeable. Both of them are tattooed on my leg. So that gives you a few options for what's left for number 1 if you know me well and you've seen my tattoos. Heracross is just cool. He's a little bug, but he's fighting, he's hardcore, he's just cool, he gets good speed stats. Always like Pokemon with good speed stats. That's something that always draws me in. It's just a cool design. He's just like a little bug, but he's like a little fighting bug. I can't really explain how that's bad. It's just a great idea. Like, good ideas are good ideas forever. So yeah, Heracross is just, everything's cool about him. I love his stats, I love his design, I love his personality. Makes me laugh in the anime. Perfection. Heracross is the top 2 for me are the best all-round designs. So yeah, Heracross, in my opinion, is perfection. You couldn't make it better. Articuno number 1 is, made myself laugh at my own joke, that's really embarrassing, is Donphan. I love Donphan. I remember being a kid. I had the first Pokemon movie on VHS, and that VHS got played and played and played. I think I probably watched it at least once a week for a number of years. That's how much I loved it. And the first Pokemon that isn't Gen 1 you sort of see prominently in that movie is Donphan. Donphan has that little battle scene in that movie, and when that came out, everyone's like, what? Who's he? What is that? And that is one of the reasons I love Donphan. Also, I love the design. The fact he's an elephant. I love elephants anyway. Elephants are always cool. He rolls up into a ball and like attacks. That's genius. The fact that like he's an elephant, but he's like armoured. It's like a tank. He's like a tank crossed with an elephant, crossed with an armadillo, crossed with like a cannonball, crossed with like a wheel. It's just all these different elements went into the design, but none of them overshadowed the others. Like the fact he rolls up doesn't overshadow the fact he's like a tank of an elephant, just like going, rah! You know what I mean? Like he's like a little elephant tank, but he rolls in a ball. It's genius. There's nothing about the design of Donphan that isn't genius. Good speed to that ish, and hands down again, like I said with Heracross, the design of Donphan is perfection. There's nothing I would change about the design of Donphan, and for that reason, he is number 1. Just want to say now, because obviously you've got the end of the video, thank you if you're still watching right to the end of the video. I always appreciate people that stick around. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to my top 10. Let me know what your favourite Pokemon are in the comments below. I can't wait to see what other people would put in their top 10. Which will be really interesting, because that's the cool thing with Pokemon. You've got 800 odd to choose between, and everybody loves something different for another reason. That's why the franchise is so great. So yeah, drop a comment below with your favourite Pokemon, drop a like on the video, and I'll see you soon. Thanks so much for watching today, guys. If you've enjoyed that, you can click up here and you can watch another video of mine. Or if you really love it, if you really love it, or even if you just like it a little bit, go down here and subscribe to the channel. It means you'll never ever miss what is coming up real soon.